I am particularly pleased that many proposals from the simplification came from our country, including the wide-ranging independent review of CAP that had been carried out by renowned scholar Brian Pack, and which I would acknowledge in this instance. For that reason, the findings of this opinion are not so much to be a credit for the rapporteur, but the result of a collective effort. I would in particular like to thank those COR members and their experts that contributed to this opinion. We have also had extended discussions with Commission officials responsible for the dossier and with the Commissioner's Cabinet in order to ensure that our proposals were targeted enough to influence their CAP simplification work. Chair, the Common Agricultural Policy is at a crucial stage in its existence. Over the next few years, the ability and indeed the credibility of the CAP as an instrument to support farmers, but also to empower rural communities, will be tested to the limit. This is why this agenda of simplification is so urgently needed, and why this committee should play its full part. Some of you that are members of the NAP Commission will have heard this before, but I would like to highlight some points for the rest of our members. The key test that we have found that any simplification measure needs to pass for it to be worthwhile. Firstly, more flexibility is to be welcomed, as long as it does not lead to a distortion of the EU-level playing field that CAP is supposed to ensure. Secondly, the simplification of CAP cannot be used as an excuse to undermine a number of public outcomes. That is, where CAP is meant to provide food production, rural diversification, community empowerment, social inclusion and action against depopulation. Thirdly, the simplification on greening cannot be used as an argument to prevent the CAP's delivering ambitious environmental goals. And fourth, the simplification of CAP should not diminish the predictability that farmers and other beneficiaries need to develop their activities. To conclude, colleagues, this is the first CR opinion in which we look both at the problems of the present, but where we also start looking at the future of EU agriculture. I think that many of the problems of the CAP are a result of its own doing. To prepare for CAP post-2020, we should start thinking about whether there are less complicated ways of managing the policy than using the current system of pillars, whether the support of EU policies and funds for rural areas is fit for purpose, and whether CAP can become the main EU policy to support the natural environment. And finally, whether CAP is really able to empower local communities to enable them to diversify, to develop new small rural businesses, to tackle demographic decline and achieve social inclusion across rural areas. Colleagues, I'm sure you will agree that this is a tall order, but it is one that as local elected members we are best placed to undertake. I hope that this opinion provides some modest steps as a way forward in order to achieve that. Thank you very much for your attention, colleagues.